Addiction is one of the hardest things that everybody struggles with, from social media to drugs and alcohol and even food. It's one of the largest contributing factors to the mortality rate in the entire world. More than ever, sex is marketed to you. It's on billboards, commercials, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, social media, anywhere where it's allowed, especially somewhere like Twitter. Everybody has something that they struggle with, and porn addiction is one of the easiest things that you can fall victim to simply because of the easy access to anybody with an internet connection. It warps your perspective of your body, women, relationships, and what real connection should actually look like. Even people in the industry are often abused and neglected and mistreated, and that's not something that's often spoken out about. Of course, just like anything, you could argue in moderation it can be acceptable, or maybe for some it's not nearly as debilitating or negative to have in their lives, but one could also argue that that is not the case for the majority of people, especially young, impressionable men. Take one man who is exposed to these things at a young age and another who is not. I can guarantee you the one who was now struggles with addiction, has self-esteem issues, does not have meaningful relationships in his life, and just doesn't have the confidence to even approach women in person. Think about that for a moment. What would your family think about you if they knew that you had this addiction? What would your ancestors think? I don't want to shame you, but I want to give you a reality check. When you think of a masculine man, a badass guy, somebody you aspire to be like, let's take Superman for example. Do you think he's at home constantly jerking his little ding dong all day looking at women online? No. He's out there saving the world and he gets to go back to Lois Lane at the end of the day. Instead of going out and pursuing women, if that's something that you want to do, you're at home watching them have sex with other men online. And that's inherently strange and really cuckish if you think about it. Unless you're into this kind of thing, instead of you being the one with these women that you're watching, you have to watch them be pleased by another man. Is that something that you would do in real life? I mean, think about that for a moment. Again, unless you're into that kind of thing, it's actually pretty pathetic if you sit down and think about it for more than 5 seconds. If anyone who consumes porn is honest about why they do it and how it makes them feel, they will admit that it leaves them feeling shameful and disgusted, and afterwards, the negative effects oftentimes outweigh the positive 5 to 10 seconds of enjoyment that you get. Be honest right now. If you told your significant other that you were addicted to watching online porn, or you were subscribed to a bunch of OnlyFans models and pleasing yourself to other people having sex, how would that make them feel? And to be clear, I'm not talking to those of you who have a relationship where that's okay. I'm talking to the majority of people, and I'm speaking for the majority of women here. Would your wife or girlfriend feel good knowing that you're doing that? Do you struggle with body dysmorphia or self-esteem and confidence issues? Do you feel ashamed like you're keeping secrets from the people who love you? If you do, this is a sign that you need to make a change. You're also not alone. The majority of men struggle with this. And if you are like me, and you strive to be the best possible version of yourself, to be a badass man like your favorite athlete or anybody that you look up to and aspire to be, do you think they're doing this all day? No. If they're a good man and they're confident they're going out and pursuing actual women in person. Wouldn't you much rather date and enjoy meeting women and getting out there and eventually find a good one and settle down, start a family, become a great father, raise that family, and make your own father proud and your father's father proud? Or do you want to sit inside all day and jerk off? I mean, answer that question honestly. This is a message to my younger self and to other young men out there. You deserve real love and connection, and you deserve to be better for yourself. Your family deserves better from you, your kids, your wife. If you are taking anything from this video, use this as an opportunity to really think about it, and think about if you have a problem. If you do believe you have a problem, find help. The best way to do that is to find a community, seek therapy, talk to somebody who you can trust. This is obviously a very ironic number, but just from a quick search on addictionhelp.com, approximately 69% of American men and 40% of American women view online porn each year. Now, we don't know exactly how many people were a part of this study and if these numbers are accurate, but just ask yourself this. How many of your friends do you know that are probably consuming online content or subscribed to OnlyFans models or watching porn or looking at shit on Instagram all day? Be honest with yourself. I guarantee it's 9 out of 10 men. I really don't think that's an exaggeration. Let's be honest. It's become extremely normalized. It's sold to us constantly. It's peddled to you on every social media platform that you can get your hands on. Viewing this kind of content all the time causes overstimulation. And when you get with a real woman, you might actually have erectile dysfunction. I mean, is that something that you really want? Take this guy, for example.
What you don't want to hear is that I'm 25, I have a crippling porn addiction, I've spent probably $20,000 on pornography, I have no sex lives because I have erectile dysfunction whenever I try to get with a girl. I'm not a neuroscientist or anything like that. But you just think about starting any behavior at such an impressionable age and then continuing that behavior for 10 years. You just think about like what kind of damage that could do. You want to know what the most twisted part about all this shit is? I'm not even sexually attracted to girls in real life. You want to know how I know that, man? You want to know how I know that, man? Because I get erectile dysfunction whenever I try to get with a girl.
As you can see there, he's saying that viewing online porn and subscribing to these OnlyFans models has actually caused him to not be attracted to women in person, in real life. And he's not even able to get hard with a real naked woman in front of him because he's so used to looking at online porn all day. Porn addiction is a serious thing, as funny or taboo as it may be. It causes depression, anxiety, guilt, shame, and hopelessness, sexual dysfunction. I mean, the list goes on. Do you really want to be with an attractive woman you've worked all this time to meet and court and be able to finally sleep with her, and you can't even get it up because you've been consuming online porn so much? Do you want that to be you? Just be honest with yourself for a moment. Have you ever sat down and thought, maybe I actually do have a problem? This is something that I constantly have the urge to do. I'm triggered by things I see on social media, and I really don't like the way that I feel after consuming it and doing the things that I do. Ask yourself that question. Do your friends ever talk about it, or do they just make jokes about it? Is it normalized everywhere? Because if you think about it, it is. It is normalized. Nobody actually talks about it. It's a taboo subject. Nobody thinks it's a real issue, and that's because the industries and the media doesn't want you to know that it's an issue. They make money off of you. This is a serious problem. It's not talked about enough. It's something that young men struggle with, and it can really crush your confidence and just cause so many different issues: anxiety, depression, low self-esteem. Again, if this is something you can manage and you're okay with this, and you don't think you have an actual problem, okay, you're one of the few people that don't have an actual addiction or have an actual problem. But I know that the majority of young men do. Ask yourself why. Find a reason for why you want to improve. Self-love is extremely important. One of the most important things is to forgive yourself. Find your why. Ask for help. Seek therapies. Find hobbies. I mean, instead of sitting at home when you're alone and looking up shit online, pick up an instrument. Start drawing. One of the most important ones I would recommend is go to the gym. You don't have to be a bodybuilder to be attractive to women, but women definitely find a guy who has a nice body attractive, or at least somebody who's working on themselves. Work on your confidence. Again, love yourself. Be kind to yourself. You will feel so proud of yourself and respect yourself more for knowing that you're doing better. You'll be better in relationships, and you'll have better luck with meeting women and forming actual real connections. You will be a badass. A man who is not controlled by addiction, especially porn addiction, is a strong man, and that can be you too. Do you think that your crush would find it attractive knowing that you jerk off all day? I mean, ask yourself that question honestly. Unless they themselves are into that, they're going to find you pathetic. Let's be honest. Again, if you can get anything from this video, just use it as a sign to make a change. Seek help. I'll leave some resources in the description if you're serious about it and you want to admit that you have a problem. I'm speaking to you. I know you do. If you're watching this video, I guarantee you do. Make the change. You won't regret it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.